guys, it's Stock Curry, and today we're going to talk about why the stock market continues to go up even though most stocks continue to fall. I'm going to talk about how you can turn your portfolio around. I've got over a dozen stock picks for you, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's start by talking about what's going on with the stock market right now. Why are most stocks down even though the stock market overall is up? It doesn't really make sense. Well, what's happening is there's just a few very large tech stocks, these huge like trillion-dollar companies that are up, and it's pushing the overall market up. So it looks like the stock market is up, but in reality, it's just a few very large stocks that are up. And what's happening is those tech stocks that are up, these huge trillion-dollar companies, they're actually overbought right now. And so they are due for a pullback. And when they fall, the entire market overall is going to fall with them. So what's the short-term catalyst that could trigger this market sell-off in the short term? And it could be the fact that pandemic cases are surging again, and that could lead to more shutdowns. Now, I'm actually going to talk about how to play an upcoming correction when I talk about QQQ later on in this video. For now, let's get into our stock picks. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers. Every day, I watch hours of YouTube videos, and then I consolidate all of the stock picks from the top 10 YouTubers into a single video, as well as give you my analysis on their stock picks. Now, if anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who has talked about that stock, and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and then click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. And if you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and follow the page also. I'll give you 5 seconds to do all of that right now. Alright, before we talk about today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor, and none of the YouTubers I analyze are financial advisors either. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any assets. Alright, the first stock we're going to talk about today is AAPL. This is Apple. Chris Hain said that AAPL should be a pillar in your portfolio as a long-term hold stock that will do well over time and not have the 60% drops that you often see in high-growth stocks. That is true, although I personally like Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT, better for this purpose. But any long-term growth stock that consistently rises and outperforms the market will do well as a pillar in your portfolio to help you weather the storm during market corrections. Keenan Grace also mentioned AAPL today, and he likes all of the long-term catalysts coming up for AAPL, especially the fact that their batteries for their EVs will be manufactured here in the United States. Now, if you're thinking about buying AAPL and do not currently have a position, then I would recommend waiting before buying in. AAPL is overbought right now and is due for a pullback soon. I do expect a pullback of up to 20% on AAPL. You should be able to buy AAPL for around $130 to $135 if you are patient. Jeremy with Financial Education is also concerned about AAPL's current valuation, and he is also expecting a pullback on AAPL. By the way, I put my money where my mouth is, and I sold a bear call spread on AAPL today in anticipation of a pullback. If you want to know everything I buy and sell within minutes of making the trade, you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Real Scott Curry. Next up is AMC. This is AMC Movie Theaters. Jeremy with Financial Education thinks the reason that so many stocks that are popular with retail traders are going down right now is because AMC is down. He thinks retail investors bought AMC on margin, and now that AMC is dropping, retail investors don't want to sell, they just want to hold. So to meet their margin calls, retail investors are selling all of their other stocks. And the further AMC falls, the more popular retail stocks are getting sold off. All I have to say about that theory is to take it as a lesson to only invest money that you can afford to lose, and never use margin on volatile stocks. That said, ZipTrader uploaded a great video today responding to a mainstream article about AMC that claimed AMC was a pump and dump. If you are invested in AMC or thinking about investing in AMC, then I encourage you to go watch ZipTrader's video that he uploaded Wednesday. Next up is BA. This is Boeing. Tom Nash discussed BA's issues with their Boeing 787 Dreamliner. In short, the FAA reported manufacturing quality issues with the undelivered 787 Dreamliner while undertaking a system-wide inspection of Boeing's 787 shimming processes. Boeing has committed to fixing the issue before sending the aircraft out for delivery. The problem seems to be minor, since it was discovered during a quality inspection that planes go through before they are delivered to customers. So this shouldn't affect any planes that are currently in the air. While the problem can be fixed relatively easily, it will take time away from the production of future aircraft, which will hurt BA's production and delivery numbers this year. Now, Tom Nash discussed how this will further hurt BA's reputation. Tom Nash sees this as an overarching cultural issue that will take a long time to overcome. As a result, Tom Nash said he will be staying away from BA. Next up is BNGO. This is Bionanogenomics. Keenan Grace bought a July 16th put option on BNGO. He said BNGO remains a long-term banger, but does expect it to drop in the short term. I saw the same thing Keenan Grace saw and ended up selling my BNGO shares last week at $6.68. BNGO is right at the 200-day EMA right now and is not showing any signs of bouncing. It looks like BNGO might drop down to the 300-day EMA at around $4.90 before bottoming out. If you are patient, you should be able to buy BNGO for around $5 soon. BNGO has an average analyst price target of $11.50, which represents a more than 100% upside from Wednesday's closing price. So once BNGO bottoms out, I do plan on buying back in for a long-term hold. Next up is CCIV. This is a SPAC and they're merging with Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is an American EV manufacturer. CCIV has set July 22nd as the official shareholder vote date for the merger with Lucid Motors. Once the vote is approved, the merger should happen the next day. Please don't forget to vote if you are a shareholder. StockMo listed CCIV as one of the best stocks to buy now. CCIV had a major drop today and remains bearish, but we've seen CCIV bounce off of the 100-day EMA quite a few times, so there's a chance that this current pullback will be over soon. It could still continue dropping though, possibly as low as $20 or $21. So while CCIV is at a great price for a long-term hold, you are still trying to catch a falling knife if you are looking to buy CCIV for a short-term play. Next up is CHPT. This is ChargePoint. They are the largest charging station company in North America with 73% of the total market share. StockMo listed CHPT as one of the best stocks to buy now. Technically, CHPT appears to be near the bottom of this current pullback. CHPT bounced off of the 300-day EMA on Wednesday. It is also near oversold on the RSI. I agree with StockMo that now would be a great time to buy CHPT. You might see CHPT drop a little bit more, but I do think we are near a bottom of this current pullback. I thought about buying more CHPT today, and StockMo is also considering buying more CHPT. The average analyst price target is $39.50, which represents a 61% upside from Wednesday's closing price. So there is still quite a bit of upside potential with CHPT. Next up is FB. This is Facebook. Chris Sain recommended holding FB as a pillar in your portfolio. FB is a stock that usually has a consistent rise, but it also has periods of long stagnation. It looks like FB is about to enter another period of stagnation. So I think you have about 6 months to slowly add FB to your portfolio and build up your position before the next run-up. Next up is FSR. This is Fisker. They're a car company getting into EVs. StockMo listed FSR as one of the best stocks to buy now. Technically, FSR remains in a downtrend. It does look like FSR might be close to bottoming out though. It is currently at the 200-day EMA and approaching the 300-day EMA. The RSI is also approaching oversold, although it's not quite there yet. I would wait a few days before buying FSR, but for a long-term hold, I would be comfortable starting to dollar cost average in at the current price. If you are looking at FSR for a long-term hold, then the average analyst one-year price target is $25.67, which represents a 67% upside from Wednesday's closing price. By the way, if you want to get access to TipRanks so that you can see these analyst rankings for yourself, then I have a link to TipRanks in the description of this video. The consolidated information up here is all free. The specific information, such as the individual price targets and the details on how they came up with those price targets, just cost a small monthly fee. Next up is MSFT. This is Microsoft. Chris Zane recommended making MSFT a pillar of your portfolio. I completely agree. MSFT is my favorite long-term growth stock due to the consistent and steady gains MSFT has. If you do not currently own MSFT, I would wait to buy in though. MSFT is overbought on the RSI and the MACD is very high as well. Every time the MACD gets this high, MSFT has a sell-off of between 7 and 10%. I do think that you will be able to buy MSFT for around $252 to $262 if you are patient. Next up is NIO. This is NIO, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. Stock mode listed NIO is one of the best stocks to buy now. NIO is still quite bearish on the technicals, but it is at the 100-day EMA right now, so there's a chance that NIO could bottom out here and start going back up. But it's not quite oversold yet, so I think if you buy in here, you're just trying to catch a falling knife. I would personally wait for some confirmation of a bottom before buying in. Stock mode doesn't think NIO will drop below $38, and he might be right. The 200-day EMA is right at $38, and NIO has a history of bouncing off of the 200-day EMA. Once you do buy in, though, there will be quite a bit of upside potential. The average analyst price target is $65.67, which represents a 52% upside potential from Wednesday's closing price. Next up is QQQ. This is an index ETF for the NASDAQ 100. I bought a put option on QQQ today because QQQ is overbought on the RSI and the MACD is falling. The put options are partially a hedge against a market crash, but they are also a technical play. Technically, QQQ should have a pullback soon. Now, being overbought on the RSI does not always lead to a pullback on QQQ right away. Back in December of 2019, QQQ was overbought on the RSI, and yet it did not have a pullback until January of the next year. And of course, a few months later, QQQ was overbought again, and that's when we had that major market crash in March of 2020. The last time QQQ was overbought was in September of last year, and we saw a 14% drop in QQQ after the RSI hit 81.2. The RSI is currently at 75.54 and rising, so technically QQQ is due for a correction. Of course, if QQQ does correct, then that really means that the whole stock market is correcting. Just because of the technicals, you might want to consider some similar hedges in your portfolio. By the way, my put option is for 2 weeks out and expires on July 28th. And the last stock we're going to talk about today is TSLA. This is Tesla. They're an American EV manufacturer. Stock mode listed TSLA is one of the best stocks to buy now. TSLA continues to be the largest EV manufacturer, and stock mode thinks TSLA will continue to dominate the market. But you do need to have a long-term outlook. Stock mode is looking at predictions for 2025, including Cathie Wood's prediction of $3,000 by the end of 2025. If you are considering TSLA for a short-term play, you need to understand that TSLA has a history of trading flat for months on end before going on another parabolic run-up. TSLA has been range-bound for the past 5 months. Granted, that is the longest amount of time TSLA has run flat in years, but TSLA is still maintaining a long-term upward trend line that started in March of 2020. It's possible that TSLA is maturing to the point where it will no longer provide the short-term huge gains that we've seen in the past, and instead will just have a steady upward climb like Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT, has. If it does, then TSLA will not hit a new all-time high until February of next year. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and get a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you're looking for a broker to trade with, I do recommend Webull. Webull has a promotion going on right now where if you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $5, Webull's going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now that promotion does end on July 20th, so you have only about 1 week left to take advantage of that promotion. You have to get your deposit in by July 20th. Also, don't forget to claim your free stocks. Some people have told me that they forgot to claim their free stocks and they lost them. When you get notified that you have free stocks, you only have 30 days to claim them, so make sure you claim your free stocks. Now, if you're not a US resident, or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, then I recommend Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a great platform. They have commission-free trading in the US. They have highly discounted trading everywhere else in the world. And both Webull and Interactive Brokers have full pre-market and after-hours trading from 4 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I do have material connections with both Interactive Brokers and Webull, so when you sign up for either one of those using my link in the description below, not only are you getting a great broker to trade with, you're also helping me to continue to produce these great videos for you. Now, finally, I just want to remind you guys to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon and follow the page if you haven't done so already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.